Jeremy from OpticHouse.com. So, as you can see, I've got a package. Something I've been waiting for a while, and hopefully you've been waiting for too. You've watched me putting up videos for quite a while now, working on the latest issue of Morningstar, and I now have it available as a digital PDF for people to purchase online. I've submitted it to Comixology, so soon you'll be able to buy it on Comixology's digital comics platform. And now, I've got the files. Well, I sent the files off to the printer, and that's the beautiful thing about sending the files off to the printer. Because a few weeks later, they send you back a package of nice, new, beautiful comics. So I guess this is an unboxing video. You are seeing me seeing issue 5 of Morningstar in print for the first time. So thank you for joining me for this occasion. Here we go. How messed up would it be if I open this and it's totally not my book? It's like some weird Smurfs parody porn comic that somebody did, which would be funny and twisted. So I might actually read it before, calling them and complaining. But no, they did a perfect job. This is issue 5 of Morningstar. So, as I mentioned, I think in a couple of previous videos, this cover is a collaboration between myself and my friend Jesse Toves, amazing digital effects artist. He saw a video that I was posting where I was redrawing the previous cover I had done because I just wasn't bad, but it could have been better. And I was just taking a stab at it, not even knowing if I would be able to achieve what I thought was better. So he saw that, and in between a break of his on his work, he whipped out a quick sketch, and I included that in the book. So if you go past all the pages into the back cover, this is the original sketch that Jesse had emailed me and said, hey, what do you think of this? I thought this was a cool composition. I emailed him back. He was completely cool with me using this sketch to base the finished illustration on, and I wanted to include it, give him credit, give him props, and thank him again for helping me. You can't always stand on pride. We like to think that we can solve every creative problem ourselves, and when I started drawing the cover, or at least trying to revise it, I was like, well, I'm glad he gave me this sketch, but how can I make this more me or do it my way? And then I thought, why am I fighting that? Somebody gave me a great solution to a problem I had, and I thought, I'm just going to use it. So, here's the cover. And, within it, the story starts, as you've seen from videos, with a horrible atrocity of demons, rotting, and they've been shot up after the previous battle they had with the angels. I don't want to show you too much of the beginning of the book, only because this issue has some pretty serious spoilers, and it really affects where the rest of the series goes. Normally I post the first 12 pages, half of the book online, but this time there's just a lot of stuff right from the get-go that really kicks the story into high gear. But as you can see here, I started using a lot more gray tones in this issue. And for the rest of the series, it's going to be like that. When I eventually do a collected edition of the first volume, I'm going to go back and gray tone the pages that don't have it. I was hesitant when I originally started to use gray tones because it takes extra time to go in there and do it in Photoshop. It's not really that long. It's definitely less time than it takes to color a book, but it still requires more time. And then B, I really wanted to see if I could create a strong sense of volume and light and tone and mood. When I say light and tone, not just describing how forms are turning, but also light in terms of daylight, direct sunlight, evening, different times of day, different light sources. And I wanted to see if I could convey all of that just in the pen and ink. And I don't think that I did a bad job of it, but I'm only now realizing how much more studying I really have to do of of lighting for narrative, not just for storytelling, but to also be descriptive. Because I've got a decent sense of lighting for describing a volume and which way it's facing and turning, but being able to make sure that something is lit so that it both describes what it is and yet also lends itself to the scene. So those are things I'm working on, in my own continuing process of penciling, inking, and gray toning, because now the more I do it, the more I see how all of the phases kind of lend themselves to each other. And that's an important thing about making a comic and doing a book that goes all the way from beginning to end, is taking a book to completion allows you to see what the whole process, how the different processes affect each other. Because when you are penciling, you can be very laser focused on just the penciling stage. Same with inking, same with lettering, same with coloring. And seeing the cohesive product helps you gel all of them in your mind so you can think about them as you're doing the other phases. Anyway, I'm going to put a link for this book on the description below. I'm going to put it on my sale on my website, and hopefully you guys have been reading Morningstar already and will check out the latest issue. If you haven't, there will also be links to issues 1 through 4. Please check it out and let me know what you think. That's it for now. Check out my website, optichouse.com. If you enjoy these videos, please share them. Also, sign up for my weekly newsletter to get a free digital download and see what else I'm working on. Go be creative.